Well, I hope that you had some wonderful dreams last night and that you're having a pleasant start to your day. This is your daily insight on life and love for September 16th, 2020, also being timeless. So wherever you're pulled to this in time, this could have some sort of a meaning for you. This is general collective, so if it doesn't, don't force it. You can either let it fall away or ask clarification on booking your own personal reading, because I do have the ever extended coronavirus sale. It's pretty fabulous, it's pretty amazing, and I love absolutely talking to every single one of you all over this planet. It's been quite a ride. So let's see. When I split the deck, we had this as the base part of the reading for the beginning, and it finished off with this. So this new beginning, this new start to your life that comes out of nowhere is going to involve you having some sort of emotional, compassionate maturity. But it's going to take a minute for you to play catch up, because I'm seeing a lot of pressure on you to either manipulate your beliefs or backtrack on them a little. There's been overcompensation and overly compromising on your part to the point where it was inauthentic. I don't want you to lose your sense of integrity and your sense of self in this. What you're being gifted with right now, it does seem like it's coming out of nowhere. It's a stone cold sober hit on your personal reality. What is real, what is practical, and what is logical. Now, I don't always go with logic on everything, because the heart wants what it wants, and even if this is not in some sort of romantic partnership, your desires are your desires. Your passions are your passions. These are things that are natural to you. If something is a passion and it is natural, then no matter how hard you go into one direction, that maybe it's probably the less desirable. No matter how schooled you are in it, it'll always be missing this something. Life needs to have your authentic passion and sense of self. So this is saying, take a step back, look at this very clearly, admit that there might be some form of a defeat, but it's not what you think. This defeat is you against yourself. How far can you lie to yourself? How far can you carry this on, just this idea of something, trying to live up to it, straining yourself in the process, and whatever this is involving isn't getting the adequate peace. If you and your heart isn't in this, then whatever you are trying to plug it into is not getting the adequate peace. Something better suited would be to go into that rather than you. You are something who belongs absolutely perfectly elsewhere, and it doesn't mean that you are inferior to this situation or this person. You have a very important key role and part. This was a huge actualization time for you. You need to actualize who and what you are and where you're going with all of this. The puzzle piece didn't fit, and that's okay. You have your special piece in this whole beautiful image. So this is telling you that maybe you're holding on to this person or situation out of idealism because you're afraid of what it would mean if it did not go the way that you had initially intended, and that's okay. So we're looking at the King of Cups. Your ship's coming in. Keep your head held high. Keep moving forward. The waves may feel rocky, but you have more of a foundation stability than you can currently recognize, because it looks like you are in the funk of it. Or you can say the thick of it, but I like funk. F-U-N-K, by the way. Just have to say that. You know, I don't have a New York accent. I don't have a Vermont accent. I don't have any real accent. So that's why I feel like I have to enunciate some things sometimes, because you can't really gauge what I'm saying. Or not you, the royal you. You know what I'm saying. So, where are we taking this? What is the dealio? Okay, it looks like we're going with the Romance Angels from Doreen Virtue. Retreat and honeymoon. You might just have to get away for a while. Check out mentally or emotionally, spiritually, even sometimes physically. I don't know what the travel laws are for you right now, but act accordingly if you're actually looking for physical travel. All right, Spirit, out with it. What do you want the collective to know for September 16th, 2020, also moving forward? Too many cards. I'll keep the ones that are upright. Free yourself. Well, I could have told you that was coming. Really? Free yourself, let go of control issues. Let's see, what else? Okay, new love, keep an open mind. The best thing about a successful relationship is that it is unlike any other relationship you have ever had. The previous relationships very clearly fell through. Now, if you're looking at reconciliation, you have to enter in this relationship new as it is. Divine timing is completely at play right now. The love that is coming in, whether it's platonic, familial, or friendship, or whatever the case may be, even romantic, romance angels. I know. This is saying that the chemistry is undeniable, but this person isn't what you would have had as the characteristics of a partner. Don't let that destroy something potentially wonderful. Again, this doesn't have to be a romantic. We're talking business partners. We're talking friendships. We're talking family. We're talking also love. Don't miss out on an amazing opportunity because it doesn't fit into some sort of old set criteria. I get it. Your non-negotiables are your non-negotiables. However, there is some sort of wiggle room. Don't be so rigid in it that you start to break. This is what this is showing up for right now. This new partnership, this new love. Give it a chance. The chemistry, very real. Open mind, very necessary. Don't try and keep yourself from behaving any one type of way. This is going to come through very real for you. So, why is this being so pressed now? I know that you do have an issue with it. Why? Okay, so Wisdom of the Avalon is making an appearance right now from the amazing Colette Baron-Mead. Been a huge fan of hers. I saw her, let's see, my eldest son had to have been 2, so it was 2008. I saw her when I went to go see Sylvia Brown back in 2008, and this was in Niagara Falls, New York. Never heard of her before. Saw her at this event, looked at her stuff, and I was sold. Absolutely loved her integrity, loved her mindset. I loved her authenticity. So the Stag, pride and leadership. Okay. We have death. Death is in reverse though, so it's coming back to life. And then we have the Cow. Nourishment, abundance, asking and receiving. So what I'm seeing here is, first off, kick your pride to the curb with this one right now. If you want to show up as new, feel new, break old habits, and stop getting in your own way in this situation, then you have to be able to show where your head is at and ask questions. If something isn't quite making sense or something is in a way triggering you, this is something that needs to be discussed. There's really no sort of room for guessing, interpreting. I mean, perception is everything. So what a person says is completely in their ownership, but what you understand, that is where your mind is at that current time. It's like reading a text message. You know, somebody writes something in plain form. So I went to go see what that barking was. 2 of my dogs just had this new food that you think these animals were never fed. They have food day in and day out, yet they try this new food and suddenly it's like, oh my God, I'm the starving it. No, not even remotely. So this one dog that I have was voicing his disapproval of eating in the same room as the other dog. So that's what you heard. Territorial over dog food. MMA. Okay, so back to the reading. Sorry about that again. So we have, when it's somebody is writing a text, their words are in play form. You can't gauge their reaction. You can't guess these things. How you read it is your mindset and projection of that person. So if you're unsure of something in the moment, don't leave it up to interpretation. You're still in the healing process. And as I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, we have partnership. So yes, this is directly connected to personal relationships. So that being said, please I know that you might feel idiotic in asking so many questions sometimes. You gotta set yourself up for clear communication. You gotta work yourself through that awkwardness. This is important because you're important. The connection, whatever the dynamic is going to be important. And you guys need to be on the same page. And it's gonna take work. Relationships, regardless of the dynamic, is always work. This is what we're looking at right here. So, where are we going to take this? All right, so we have archetypes. And again, I'm not calling anyone any sort of names. These are archetypes. I know they have martyr, prostitute, things like that. Not calling you those. In breaking the deck, we have angel and rebel. Really. Divine feminine, divine masculine, two sides to the same coin. You are an angel. You are a rebel. You're wonderful is what you are. So, challenges authority to the effect of social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve your inner needs, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Okie dokie. Come on out with it. I feel like there's two more. So there's one. We have the visionary in reverse. All right, so your vision is being clouded. I'm gonna need clarification on that bad boy. We have the shadow attribute of selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So help me God, do not water yourself down to make just somebody comfortable. God, I could go on about that. All right, so the child divine. We have this in the light attributes: innocence, purity, redemption, suggest a connection with the divine. So then we have challenges authority to the effect of social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve your needs, helping those in need with no expectation of return. You don't need to hide your agenda. Where your integrity lies in any of this, you can really talk about your grand plan, your passion, your drive in this, and how open you are is what's going to draw these connections in. It's going to make people recognize their own light, their own empowerment. It's not you behaving in some sort of odd manner that's going to be off-putting. So you are being seen as somebody who is completely real and in this connection. And it's a huge trigger. And I feel like this is a huge trigger and catalyst for some sort of personal change in your life, your intimate circles. So how you behave in this is going to directly affect your immediate circle. You giving yourself the freedom and the allowance to behave in your authentic way and be a service to yourself is going to spark that divine light in someone else to where they can do that for themselves. And that's really how you are embarking on what seems to be a social change. This, you need to really embrace this light in yourself. I know how woozy that sounds. Yes, embrace that light in yourself. Embrace your power. Okay? I don't know why you feel the need to water down yourself to make anyone accept you and be comfortable. If you and your authenticity aren't being accepted, you have to really question, is this what you want to be surrounded by? And why? Why do you want this for yourself? Why do you want to be conditioned You're not meant to be really conditioned. You're meant to be something that is more expansive and free and flowing and evolving. Question why you feel the need to have somebody, this particular person's approval, or, you know, that thumbs up, or that conditioning. Just posing a question. Let's get back to center on this. All right, so Archangel Rafael healing. Let's see what's coming up with that. Okie dokie. What do you want the collective to know? Change positions. Ask your body for a message. Do something different. Why is this showing up on you? Why is this showing up on your body? So I'm looking at stretch. Do I want to look at the bottom? Okay. You need to clear your head. Everything is incredibly overwhelmed and cloudy. What you have done as a coping mechanism, do something different and something else. You're carrying a lot of this nervousness in your body in personal connections. You want this amazing connection that's coming in, then you really need to see what this block is. Ask your body for a message. Why are you so nervous in allowing yourself to do something that is going to make you happy? What is the ultimate fear in this? If you get that this feeling is genuine and it's open, then, you know, why aren't you taking your steps accordingly? Why don't you have that sense of self to back yourself up? Okay, this is guiding you to go get some fresh air. This is children. So why is this bringing up children right now? Here you are. What's the deal? Okay, children, you're not alone. That's what it's saying. Children, you're not alone. Spirit is getting all up in your face and it's feeling overwhelming. The need to change the situation is feeling overwhelming. So you're doing that self-coddling thing where you are shutting something down completely. Stop it. It's not going to work for you. Solitude and healing, that's fine. But closing everything off, it really is different, and it's not suiting for you, and it's not going to take you to where you want to go. You can't keep handling yourself in the same way, expecting that it's going to be different. You want something different, you want a different life, then you got to do something different. Baby steps along the entire way. You're getting this pat on the head from Spirit to go ahead. No, you got this. Yeah. And it's not even snarky and sarcasm. It's like, yeah, no, you got this. Go. Shoot, shoot. It's like ushering you along. Okay. Okay, Spirit, out with it. Message in a bottle, upright. All right, so incoming messages. What is it? The fork in the road. You don't have to make major decisions. Not everything has to be an overwhelming life decision. It breaks down to these little things in your life. What little things do you want to change? It's the little things that make up the ginormous mosaic painting in front of you. It's not just thrown there unless you're that guy who just, I forget what his name is. God, what's his name? You know, he throws the paint on the canvas and it's done in such a symmetrical way. I don't understand it, but a lot of people do. I don't know. But your life isn't going to go through this grand overhaul in one setting. It's going to add up in the little choices that you make for yourself in this situation. So Spirit's telling you to calm down. Just do the little things for now. These little things are what's changing your canvas. You can't hold back on these. You can't push back fate. You can't stop your life purpose from coming to fruition. You can't micromanage it either. So this is saying, while this is changing and you are acclimating, you got to be a little bit more flexible with yourself and be flexible with the error that's going to come up. Because yes, you're getting signs, but guess what? There are going to be times when you're overthinking the situation. You're going to have a misjudgment of some kind. Okay, well, we can always say that there's never misjudgment. There's always lessons. Yeah, we can say that. So when you get to a lesson that you didn't intend, be a little bit more flexible and compassionate with yourself. And then go a different way. This is what I'm looking at right here. And when it comes to Archangel Rafael healing, this is what I'm looking at. So, all right, Spirit, let's get some closing message for the collective. You are in empathy overload, which is why it's telling you to relax, take a breather, stop trying to do everything on such a massive scale right now. You have to find out what actually makes you happy. It's going to be different than what you thought. This has been such a projected idealism in your mind for such a long time that you've gotten so used to the storyline. So it becomes this comfortable storyline, which doesn't always mean that it's necessarily the best for you, but you kind of know your way on how to navigate it. But when it comes to reality and it's not following the script inside your head, then it all just kind of falls to the wayside. And then you are left there to reconstruct something new. That's where we are going. And you have to look at all your pieces. Where do you want it to go? This is involving personal relationships. What's new and incoming is not something that you can necessarily hold back. It's definitely fate. It's definitely coming about in a very unique way. And it's something that really you should look deeply into. And I mean, you can analyze it to death, but just look into it. Trust it. Okay. And don't be so solid on everything having its final outcome right now. You are in transition. What will be in this. Be flexible at all costs. If not, you will break. Don't compromise your truth, your integrity to the point that it is no longer realistically you. There's a lot of change going on, but it's on these little micro scales. So if you're imagining your world flipping on its head in the next 5 seconds, that'd be incredibly bizarre, and please do tell me about it. But if it doesn't, then really take these small steps and be gentle with yourself and allow yourself time to adapt to the situation. I can't wait to see what relationship this is bringing into your life, because it seems to be really different, really positive for you. And again, it doesn't always have to be romantic, but this is going to be a very close relationship for you on some level. It could be, again, professional or personal. So I hope that this reading made sense, and it's for September 16th, 2020, moving forward. And, well, if you're watching this through time, this, again, might have a message for you. And let me know what brings you here. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the bell for notifications. And give me a thumbs up if you like. If you have questions about booking your own personal reading, my email's in the description below. You can find me also on any social platform. Definitely do so. Say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. And I suppose I'll talk to you soon. So, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're very loved. Good night.